Okay, so we've learned about melting, evaporating, condensing, and solidifying, or freezing as we commonly call it. What we're going to do now is we're going to put a solid in here, and it's going to be heated. And we're going to see what sublimation is, which is another one of our changes of state. And the reason I've got a lid here is that you'll see something happen that's probably a little bit unexpected. So what I've got on here is a hot plate, so it's going to be nice and warm. And what happens is the particles in the solid spread out, they heat up. So just like when you're melting ice, they spread out. But what happens that's different, you might be able to see now if I put my lab coat behind it, is you can see that it's not melting, but it's actually turning into a purple gas, isn't it? So there's no liquid in that. If I tip it, there's no liquid. It's all solid or the purple gas. So what do we think sublimation is? This is sublimation. What do we think it is?
Solids turning into gas.
Good, without becoming a liquid first. Well done.
Whoa.
So this is what sublimation is. The opposite of it has got a really easy name. It's called reverse sublimation. So if I cool it down again, then it turns back into a solid. And that's what I'm going to try and do now, is try to collect some of the solid up on this one. It doesn't always work, so I may have to edit this video if it doesn't behave.
It's liquid.
No, that's just a drop of water that's come out of here. No, it's not going to work. That's a shame. So sometimes you can get the gas to collect on there, and then it's colder, so it turns back into a solid. So reverse sublimation happens.
What actually is it?
So the chemical in there is iodine, which some of you might have seen as a brown liquid that's used for treating your cuts, because it's an antiseptic. It kills bacteria and things, makes things quite sterile. Actually, you can see it. Can you see like little stars almost?
Yeah.
Okay, that's it re-solidifying up the top. So it's actually worked better than I thought. So it's sublimed, hit the colder glass up the top, and turned back into a solid. And that's those little, almost like stars that you can see. What it's doing is it's catching the light from our camera, and that's why you can see it sparkling. Only the solids can sparkle, not the gas. So it's subliming down there, and up here it's doing...
Shining.
It is shining, it's solid, so... What was that? Reverse subliming up here. Well done. Okay, so your task today is to describe what you saw, explain what's happening in there, and then generalise why it turns into a gas without turning into a liquid first. That generalising is really hard. Even my Year 11 students struggle with that. So you must be able to do the first two up here. So we might get Tim to pan up so you can look at the notes. You have to do these two. This one over here is an extension piece of work that you can do if you really want to try it. But you must do these two here. Okay? The key word in the explain is particles, like it was with everything today.